Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Edible Materials. I'm in the UK, London actually, and today we're going to be trying some UK sweets. That includes pastries and candy, and then I also have like a savory item to throw in at the end. So I've been in the UK for the past 5 weeks and I've had a chance to try a whole bunch of things, but my trip's coming to an end and I still have a whole bunch of things to try. If you want to see more of me trying UK, sweets and different savory items, then please watch the shorts that are on my channel. I have a whole bunch of them. At the end, I will rate all of the sweets that I taste today. I have like a whole bunch of different things to try. I'm really glad you're here. Please consider subscribing and let's get started with our taste test. Okay, let's get started with our first item. Our first item is going to be jelly babies. So I'm not crazy about jelly candy, but let's see how these are. I opened the bag and it's like an initial just rush of sugar sweet. Just hits me right in the face. Okay, what flavor? I'm going to try, oh, not a purple one. Okay, I'm gonna try I think this is almost like a greenish one. Not a fan. They're not bad, but they have like a weird powder on the outside of them that I'm going to say is probably cornstarch maybe. It's not sweet, so it's not powdered sugar. I'm sure it like helps them not stick together, but it's not very like pleasant whenever you put it in your mouth. Also, the outside's hard and the inside's gooey like a jelly bean, but they're like 3 times as big. So I'm gonna rate these maybe like a 4 out of 10. Let's hope we can do better than this. Okay, next let's do these Hobnobs. Says the Odie one, milk chocolate. I did see in the store that these come in dark chocolate too, but I just figured that the milk chocolate is like the most like popular. Usually is what brands like start with. Okay, it's like a cookie, I guess like an oat cookie with chocolate on the top. Looks good. The flavor of this is really good. The texture is almost too dry. I believe these are what people in the UK like to dip in their tea. I can totally see where that would help this. On its own, I just think it's too dry. Really great flavor though. Let's give it a 5 out of 10. Okay, next up, we have Maltesers. I actually tried these in a video where I ate everything at McDonald's in the UK. And I really liked them, but I never got a whole one. They were just crushed up on top of a flurry. So I like them there. I'm expecting to like them here. Oh, I do like them. Really creamy outer shell. It's actually thicker than what you would expect. And then a crunchy, airy center to them. That's kind of like a cookie. Really like these. Really fun to eat. These are good. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10. They're good, they're solid. Okay, next up is going to be Mr. Kipling Cherry Bakewells. Now, I've heard that there's quite the following here in the UK about these. So,
disclosure now, stop watching at this point if you're going to be like overly offended, because I don't want to hear it if I don't like it.
Maybe I'll love it. We're gonna find out. Right off, I will say that I think it's unfortunate that they're all packaged together. Like you have to open it and it seems like they would all get stale. Maybe there's a package you can buy where they're individually wrapped. This is so cute. I mean, it's just this little pie in this little tin. Love it. Really, really cute. I'm not crazy about it. For one thing, I think the ratio of like filling is off. Like you got a teeny tiny bit of like cherry filling here. And then you have a whole bunch of what I'm going to say is like almond cream on the top. The texture is amazing. It's really pleasant to eat. The taste, I think, could be better, but it's not terrible. I can see where you could like develop a taste for this and like kind of crave them. But to me, it's almost like too artificial almond and like too artificial like cherry I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's fine, and I can see why a lot of people would like it. Okay, next up, let's do Bourbon Creams. I did check and there is no bourbon in them as for the package. Okay, Bourbon Creams. Looks like a chocolate sandwich cookie. Let's see how it is. Oh no. This is the first thing I had that I think is actually gross. We kind of have something like this in the States, but it's like so much better that this is almost an abomination. They're like these Keebler elf cookies that have like a chocolate cream inside, but the chocolate is really creamy and a lot of times they're like overfilled, and the cookie is really good and moist and chewy too. This cookie is really dry and there's not enough cream inside of it. Hard pass on this one. Do not like. I can maybe see where there could be something worse, so I'll leave a little bit of room. I'm gonna say 2 out of 10. Next up, let's do this Galaxy Ripple. Looks like some kind of candy bar. That's not what I was expecting at all. It's just chocolate. Like there's no filling or anything, and it's just swirled around to make kind of like a rippling effect inside of it. And chocolate's okay. I know like they say that UK has like really good like chocolate. I thought the chocolate on the Maltesers was like fine. And I think the chocolate here in this Galaxy Ripple is fine, but I don't think it's like stellar or anything. That's just like my personal taste buds. I think that it might have like more flavor than typical American chocolate, but it's also like a waxier texture, which I don't prefer. This is fine, but boring. And also like very difficult to eat. I like took a bite and like pieces just went like everywhere. I think this is only maybe a 4 out of 10. These are literally falling off as I'm holding it. Okay, let's do something that's not chocolate, because we hasn't been going well for the chocolate stuff lately. So let's do the Mr. Kipling mini Battenbergs. At least that's how like I would assume that you would say it. These look so fun. They look like they have like yellow and then maybe strawberry. Ooh, the back says actually like apricot filling. It's unexpected. We'll see, I'm excited. Okay, this is probably the cutest thing ever. I thought the pies were cute, but this is so cute. It's kind of like a little Twinkie, but with the ends cut off and with like colored filling inside of it. Really, really love the way it looks. Let's hope it tastes just as good. Okay, this is good. It still has that, it has like icing on the outside of it, kind of like a fondant material. It's artificially flavored with that almond extract, just like the little pie Bakewells were. So it tastes similar in that regard, but this is just really fun to eat. I like that it's like this little cake. The sponges inside I can't taste. They're completely overwhelmed by the outside almond fondant wrapper, but I like it. It's really sweet, but I really like it, regardless of that like overly almond extract flavor. I'm gonna give this a 8 out of 10. Okay, quick side note before moving on to the next thing. I took the outside almond wrapper off and just ate the sponge, and it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, but you can taste the apricot filling in between the sponge pieces, and I actually prefer it without the almond wrapper. Okay, next up, I've heard a lot about these. They're sold all over the place. Is these Digestives, the nation's favorite. There's a whole bunch to live up to. Okay, initially it just reminds me of the Hobnobs, maybe with a slightly different cookie, but it's chocolate covered too. I think I slightly prefer these over the Hobnobs. The texture of the cookie is softer and therefore like less dry. Still dry, but less dry than the Hobnobs. I think I slightly prefer this. I still think it's a little boring and not particularly what I would like crave, but I don't think it's bad. The cookie's just gonna be like a normal, just plain wafer, not wafer, just gonna be like kind of a normal plain cookie. And then it's just gonna have like a waxy chocolate on top. I can't remember what I rated the Hobnobs, but these are probably like a 6 out of 10. Last sweet item, we have Jammy Dodgers, raspberry flavored. I don't know if there's other flavors. The store that I went to only had the raspberry flavor. I don't watch Doctor Who, but supposedly these are a big Doctor Who fan treat. Just so you know, that doesn't influence my decision about them. Really cute, really cute. Two seemingly shortbread cookies with, I guess, like raspberry jam in between. Oh, I hate them. When I first bit into it, I was like, this is gonna be so good because the cookie texture is like soft and really like pleasant to bite into, but the flavor of the jam doesn't taste like raspberry at all. And it kind of lingers. It just tastes like artificial sweet. It doesn't taste like recognizable like fruit. You can tell it's kind of trying to be fruit, but it's not like real fruit. Oh, these are bad. Are they worse than the Bourbon Creams? I wouldn't eat either one of them, so it's tough. I'm gonna say they're on par with the Bourbon Creams. So yeah, these are definitely not good. Didn't like them. I do think they're slightly better than the Bourbon Creams, but I'd rate them a 2 out of 10. Just don't recommend, don't like them. Okay, so we made it through all of the sweet things. Thank you if you're still with me. We have one savory item that I picked up at the store, and that's gonna be these Hula Hoops iconic barbecue beef flavor. I have to tell you, I'm a little scared of these. They look fun to eat. Like, how could you go wrong with these like circle chips? But iconic barbecue beef. Why does it have to be beef? Why just barbecue? Barbecue Hula Hoops. Oh, they're not the texture that I would expect. They're like smooth, kind of like a Lay's potato chip. I guess I like seen them and I thought that they would be either the texture of almost like a Holy Cheeto or like a Frito-Lay, but they're not. They're more of like they're closer to a tortilla chip. No, I'm glad that I saved my like worst till the end, because this is horrific. This is truly really bad. I don't like the Hula Hoops, so it doesn't matter what like flavor that they're in. I don't think that the chip is good. It's like extra hard and crunchy, but like not in a good way. And the barbecue beef, I would say it's way more beef than it is barbecue, which is what I was like afraid of. And it just like tastes like I ate like a savory like beef pie, not what I want as like a snacking chip. Oh, I really don't like these. Okay, yeah, these are terrible. 1 out of 10. Well, I hate to end on such a bad note, but I'll go over my like absolute, best and worst here towards the end to wrap up this video. My favorites were the mini Battenbergs. Yeah, I really like the mini Battenbergs. I thought that they were like really fun to eat. I can see why a lot of people would like snack on these, and they're really beautiful also, which kind of helps. Close second though is the Maltesers. Really like the Maltesers, and these would be like good like movie theater candy. Wish I could find these in America. Worst, which isn't even like in the same realm as like everything else, are the Hula Hoops. Like the barbecue beef is gross, and the Hula Hoops are not very good, just standalone as a chip either. So don't like them, don't recommend. Close to the absolute bottom are these like Bourbon Creams. Didn't like them at all. They were dry, they didn't have enough chocolate filling. The chocolate filling that was in there didn't have very much flavor. They didn't have very many redeeming characteristics at all. But while I'm here for the next week, I'm going to be trying a few more UK sweet and savory items. If you watch this video and you have some suggestions, I'd love to hear it. And I will try them if I am still here. Other than that, I really appreciate you watching this video. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday and Friday, and I'd love to have you here. In December, I'm going to be starting Vlogmas, so that's something to look forward to. I'm going to be doing all kinds of holiday fun shenanigans. But until next time, bye.